Hello again, fellow train enthusiasts. How are you this morning? I'm good as well, thank you for caring. So today we're going to talk a little bit about tunnelling and spline heighting. So as you can see here, we're on my big build. My coal refinery, or the coal mine, is progressing. We've done the turnaround. We have some painting in here still to do first, so later, that's important. So some tunnels you'll find come with track and some don't, and I've used a tunnel without a track, which is very clever of me. I don't know why I did that, but I did. So first thing I want to do, I figured out, is I lay my tunnel and I change to wire view. So how do we do that first? Here's wire view over here in display. See, show wireframe. Click on that. Here's my thing back. So let's go back to wire view. Before we had our paper mache mountains and all that, we have chicken wire everywhere. If you remember those guys that used to make their own little layouts on the bit of timber. So what I've done is I've put splines. I did the tunnel first, and then I laid the track, and I've put splines on the track to get it as much over the tunnel as I can. But you can see it's not the same height. So here's my track down here, and here's my tunnel up here. So what I'm doing now is I'm in my object where my tunnel is. This is the tunnel I've used. I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm going to, now when you put your track in, make sure your splines are not on top of each other, because then you're just going to have a hell of a time. So first of all, what I want to do is I want to find the height of my tunnel. So we go to this little ticker over here that says on the right hand side over here, it says get vertex height. So, and I might have said before another thing about where we get that from, whether it's my compass or whether it's my arrow, and it's my arrow in this case, so eat my hat again. So just click on here, and it comes up with this 21.36. So on your pen and paper, make a note of that. That's my track, I think you'll find. Let's click on that. See, it doesn't change. That's my track. This is my spline, and at this end, my tunnel, at this end, it's 23.28. So I'm going to put that on top of my list above the 21.36 that I wrote down a minute ago. 23.38. And this also can help us fix those issues that I was having down here, I would imagine. So let's find the next tunnel spline. It's very hard to see yellow. If anyone knows how I can change the color of white and yellow, that would be very interesting. Here's my next tunnel spline. Is that still at 23.8? Must be. It looks pretty flat, my tunnel. I've tried to keep the grade very low because I've got to go get a coal train up it. Click on this one here. What's going on? Oh, here we go. There's my spline. So that's 13.13. See here? I'm going to make a note of that. 13.13. Is that all my splines for? Sometimes I find it easier then to just click off wireframe and come back, and then you can see your splines a bit easier. So maybe we should do that while we're dicking around here. Come over here. Is that another spline there? We can soon find out just by clicking this on it. Hasn't changed. That must be a track. Come down to the next lot. Click on that. That hasn't changed. Must be a track. Click on the next one. See, it's changed. So there's my tunnel. 4.26. Write that down on your list underneath your 13.13. So that was that one there. This is a track. Yeah. And there's got to be a spline here at the end of my tunnel somewhere. Because this is going to be 0 down here. What's that one there? Nope. Nope. What I'm doing is I'm watching here. I'm clicking on the splines and watching this to change. So see, I click on this track spline, doesn't change. When you do hit a tunnel spline, geez, none of them here. Where's my tunnel splines gone? Make a liar of me. Where's my hair? I don't have any hair for those that know. Oh, there we go. So there's a tunnel spline. There's got to be a tunnel spline in here somewhere. Let's scroll in. Anyway, not anyway. So I'll film that bit later. Let's zoom out. Let's go back over here to the track. So like I've said, I've laid the track with splines to get it on top of the tunnel as much as I can. So back over to my first spline over here, which is 21.36. Actually over here was 23.38. Right, now, so you've written those down, because when now you could see I couldn't get my track height when I was looking at tunnels. So let's go to track now. Here's my track I'm laying. Let's get the height of my track, zoom in here. So if I click on this one, see it changes 23.38. Click on this one here, doesn't change, that's my tunnel. Click on this one here, doesn't change, that's my tunnel. Click on here, that's changed, that's my track. Now see, my track is at 22.97, but at that point I wrote it down, my tunnel is at 21.36. So let's change this. Click it in this one over here. Put your little mouse in there, backspace, backspace, backspace. What do I say? 21. See, this is why you need to write them down, because I'll forget what I say. 21.36. And let's click on then this track spline. Is that the track spline? Let's go back to wire view. And we can see if our track is, yeah, it looks like it's in the tunnel. So let's go down to this next one here. I'm going to go back to, because if someone can tell me please how to change the colour, yellow on white is extremely hard to see. I doubt you can see it in the video. So is this my track, or is that a, oh no, look, I screwed up. Don't worry, press Control Z. That'll take it back to where I was. Let's click on this one here, because I'm looking to see which is my spline, because I want to 11.6. That's my track spline, and I want to change that to 13.13. Maybe you wrote that down for me. So go back over to my height one, backspace, get that out of there, put in 13.13 on there, come over to my track spline, click on there, it's changed it to 13.3. Still a little bit lower there, that's because I've got a spline in there. I can change that later. Over to this one here, click on, don't forget to change it, or else you're going to have to Control Z the backspace again like I did a minute ago. That's my tunnel, click on this one, that's my track, 3.18. Because if I clicked on here it didn't change, remember, see, it's not changing. So I want to change that to 4.26. That's what I wrote down. 4.26. Enter. Come over to my track. Click. I hope it's changed. Come back to my wireframe view. No, it has not. Oh, is it this one I've got to click on? No. Oh, it is 4.26 now. Oh, alright, so his eyes, that's got to be 13. Have we done a 13.3 yet? This is, you know, alright, so, yeah. If someone tell me also what, you know, like maybe we can figure out which by these little symbols here, which is track and which is rail. Let's just go quickly over here. We're up to 9 minutes. You get the idea. So I'm going to go back to buildings, click on here, get my height again over here. Not that one. 13.13. So that was my problem. So you get the idea. So then you've got to go around and do all that to get the track into the tunnel. Thanks for watching. Happy driving. Don't forget, hit that like button, smash the subscribe, and we'll see you next time. And now we'll do the happy driving. See ya!